Whoa, 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 whoa. Moshe, welcome back to Shishim Ribo, episode 2, the special series that we have within the Jewish music platform where we're exploring and unpacking the music of Ishay Ribo for the English-speaking, or just, I guess, the non-Hebrew-speaking, English-speaking audience.
Yes, thank you, Tuvia. Great to be here. And for those who are just hopping in on the series, first of all, definitely should they go back and hear
You should definitely hear the first one, which was on the song
Lashuv Habayta.
Lashuv Habayta, perhaps Ishay's most popular song.
Right, so go home and hear that one.
Go home, right? And now we're going to another song. I don't know why we picked this one next, but it's. I think, Moshe, I think it was you that suggested. I think it is the hardest. I haven't heard all his music, but
hardest to sing or to understand.
It's the hardest to sing. I had to practice a bunch of times just to get the feel of the song,
for sure.
And then to go into the words, like it took a lot of thought and preparation.
It's not easy reading. It's super deep. For me, this is the most emotional niggun. I'm telling you, if I start crying,
we're gonna cry together. Yeah, we have tissues.
Oh, I don't know. Tissues.
Okay, so before
Chaim Baruch, bring tissues. There's no Chaim Baruch. It's okay.
Before we start, we have a lot of thanks to give again to the Weintraub family for hosting us in their basement.
Thank you.
In their studio, this beautiful studio. And Rafael HaKohen Weintraub has spent hours and hours helping with the tech setup, which is every time a new surprise. And it's, we're grateful that it's working.
Yeah, so Rafael, thanks for having us in here at Studio 613. We are so happy to be here.
This episode is not only sponsored by Susie and Rafael Weintraub, Stam sponsored because they like what we're doing. It's also sponsored by David Wolf in Zechus of his children, somebody who connected with me and when he saw what we were doing on LinkedIn.
Very nice.
Magic of LinkedIn.
For sure.
Yeah. And so we're very grateful for these two sponsors.
LinkedIn.
We're very, very grateful for these two sponsors on this episode, which makes it possible for us to record and to pay our wonderful editor, Andrew. Yes. Andrew Rock on Perlman.
Andrew. Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew's listening to this for sure as he edits, and he's spreading. Hey, Andrew. Did you give Andrew some water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get Andrew a bottle of water.
It makes it possible for Andrew to edit the episode and make it so beautiful. He does a beautiful job.
He does a great job. Thank you, Andrew.
And if anyone we'll say at the beginning, we'll say at the end maybe, to make this possible, it is entirely zero profit in our pockets. It's the money that it costs to produce these episodes goes only for producing these episodes. If we had a little extra, we'd use it to promote the episodes and buy some ad space and get
some seltzer in the studio.
Get a little Pursum, some seltzer.
Yeah, some seltzer. Yeah.
Seltzer would help us. Seltzer starts to get the ideas.
Yeah, we definitely want to get the podcast out there. I've gotten such great feedback from the people who've listened to it. The only thing we're missing is getting it out there in front of more people.
Right.
So first of all, please share with the Olam, share with your friends.
Yishai,
I'm sure is very happy about what we're doing here. Yishai, I don't know if he knows about it yet.
He could know about it. His producer, Ellie Katz, is definitely aware of it. I didn't contact Yishai himself, but we have his number. We could tell him about it.
I think once we have something first, we'll get him on maybe the last episode a little.
Yeah, we'd love to hear his insights. So Yishai, get ready. Mm-hmm. So Moshe, Achat Uletamid,
one and forever.
Once and forever?
No, one.
One? Okay, good. We're going to talk about it. Let's get to this, because you have more, you definitely have more of the skills in the Ivrit and the understanding, because you were a Sabra for quite a longer than I was, and you're definitely
it was a hot minute.
More in the culture than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Although I also lived there in Eretz Israel, and but I lived in a kind of English-speaking enclave.
Where'd you live?
Har Nof.
I don't know why.
Where did you live?
I lived in I lived by Rav Meshua. I mean, across the street, and she was near Yaakov. By Rav Meshua. Then in Rehov Prest over there. Then I was in Neve Yaakov. And then I was in Beitar B.
Beitar B. Okay, yes, you got the real...
I was what's it called?
Havaya.
Yeah, I was a chalutz. I was a settler.
Very nice.
Top, yeah.
Okay, alrighty. So Achat Uletamid. So, wow, what a song. Okay, Achat Uletamid it's so beautiful because it seems it's Ishay. He's talking. He's talking straight to Hashem, and the style of the music is he's kind of like confession talking. It's very few musically. It doesn't go very high or low. Like it's right in the middle. It doesn't. How many notes is that? Three notes, and maybe the song has total of like maybe it goes up and down like 5, right. It's like a very very low range. It's just like it's a page from his.
But the chorus is just on fire,
It's I'm not saying any criticism. I'm just saying that's what it is.
No, right, yeah.
So, what's bothering Ishay with the song? Why do you sit down to write this?
Oh, what's bothering Ishay?
Because he's in this situation where it's the situation of every Jew who's honest with himself, with herself, that you want to do. I want to do.
So nice. Oh.
That we're feeling that we are there's blockages to doing what Hashem wants to do, which is really what we want. And that's the whole. Let's get into it without the whole overview that we already did. Let's get into it.
Overview. Let's do the interview.
Yeah, let's. So Ishay is Shuv Harega Hazeh. We're back. We're back.
Shuv Harega Hazeh.
Ani Ata v'Yitzri. Okay, so who's Ata? Okay, it's the Tat. Come on,
the Abishter, right?
Come on, yeah, of course.
So
me,
what's v'Yitzri?
Me
v'Yitzri.
Ani. It's me. And it's you, Hashem.
Right, v'Yitzri.
And it's the Yetzer Hara that's blocking me.
V'Yitzri. All right, not
right?
Yitzurai. Right?
It's the Yetzer Hara. I think it's not right.
Yeah.
It's the Yetzer Hara that's blocking me from connecting to you and being attached to you and being
the source of Isa. Yeah.
That's
the Yetzer Hara.
Ani Ata v'Yitzri. So, but I'm back here saying Shuv Harega Hazeh. I'm back to this moment. Shuv Harega Hazeh, meaning it's happening. It happens in a person's life over and over again, right? That you have ups and downs. Yemea Ava and Yemea Sina.
Yeah.
Right? That you find yourself, Ishay is finding himself, but Rega Hazeh, once again, it's me and it's you and it's the Yetzer that's blocking me from you. And he says, Ein li panim lafnot yoter gam lo terutzim. Which means, I asked some of the Israeli Shecheva, Ein li panim lafnot yoter means like, it's, and gam lo terutzim, there's two ways of saying the same thing. Panim lafnot yoter, I don't have any more excuses.
Right. Any panim lafnot, I have no more way to turn.
No more way to turn.
No more terutzim. Yeah.
As if I had a way to
I'm done. Here I am again. I tried.
I have no way to justify what I've done.
Yeah.
I've done something wrong, and I have no way to justify what I've done. Gam lo terutzim. Panim is terutzim, answers, explanations to explain my behavior. There's nothing I can say. He's being honest, complete, utter honesty. V'halachti leibud betoch shuk haomei adam amok betoch zuto shayam אבל אני יודע שלא תתייאש ממני לעולם. Do you know what's going on over here?
You got something you want to say.
There's something I want to say, and I think it's lost. Like you look online at the translations, and I think I haven't seen one. I'm sure there's lots of them out there, but the ones that come up first on the search, like they miss this, and because Ishay is such a Ben Torah, and he learns Mishnah and Gemara, he's using here. He's using right. Yeah, he's using the imagery of the Mishnah.
Zuto Shoyam is Yush, right?
Zuto Shoyam is Yush, and the shuk, you're the shuk full of people. You lose something. If you halachti libud, Ishay is saying halachti libud. I was lost. I was the aveda. I was the lost object.
In my eyes, I'm the aveda, like 100%. Zuto Shoyam is Yush, but.
And I was washed away. Zuto Shoyam means the tide of the sea, right? So halachti li, but I got myself lost. Betoch shuk homei adam, in a marketplace that is bustling with people or murmuring with people. Home, it's murmuring.
Yeah.
No, it means the noise, right? Yeah. Okay. And but amok betoch zuto shayam, deep in the tide of the sea. אבל אני יודע, but one thing I know is that שלא תתייאש ממנו לעולם. There is no yish. Hashem will not ever give up hope
Now, you know why?
on the Yid.
You know why?
Why?
Why do we give up hope? You know, when you lose something,
When you lose something,
we're not going to get it back.
you're not going to get it back.
Because in our
you
little
lost
minds,
it in the
it's
show.
gone. But
You
the
lost it
knows,
where
the
this.
Abisher knows. When you're looking from above, you know exactly where things are, right?
Right.
It's not shaykh yish by the Abisher.
Right.
Which in English means...
Which in English means
it's not shaykh yish by the Abisher.
That God knows.
God never gives up hope.
God doesn't give up hope on His creations.
Never give up. Never give up. No hope. No.
And so.
No yish.
So what do I want to say? Oh, so also it could be that before I realized that he was using the imagery of the Mishnah this is the second parak of Bab Metzia. If anyone doesn't know, Eila Metzia. So
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah. Before I realized the imagery, I was thinking, what does he mean? He went into the shuk, like he got lost in the sea. So I was thinking maybe he means something else. That maybe he means he's already tried excuses, terutzim, right? He's already tried an escape. He's already tried to escape. Like, where do you escape? You escape you drown yourself in toys. You go to the shuk. You know, you drown yourself in distractions, in buying things. You make yourself feel good by distracting yourself. Right. Get yourself distracted with things, with toys.
Yeah.
And zuto shel yam. I don't know. It could be other things swept away by the tide. It could be referring to passions. It could be referring to a lot of things, but definitely we can bank on the imagery with the being a lost item, lost object, and Hashem never gives up.
Yeah.
So then intensity builds up. Shivnasti panecha kamo ediot, merachti le'erim, baniti misvivi chomot migdalim, chadrei chadrim. Up and down, right?
Yeah.
So then he says, Shuv nasti mi panecha, and then I...
Shuv is like again.
Again, right.
Which is amazing, because you would think like now the song's over right before. Hashem doesn't give up, now we're back. Hashem doesn't give up hope, and then what? Shuv. Again. I ran away.
Again. I ran from you, I fled from you.
Even after he already teaches us the Eibishter never gives up.
Right.
But here we go. We're running away again.
Still running away. It's amazing. It's just the Yetzer Hara doesn't give up, right? It's mischadesh b'chol yom.
Yeah.
The Yetzer Hara that he's describing that's blocking the Ishay was really every Yid, right? Every Yid has these. He's speaking for every Yid, right? Yeah, the Yetzer Hara is always renewing itself and relentlessly, and it's got to be that way. It's got to be that way because you want the challenge to be every day.
Right.
Because if you don't have a challenge, then you no longer have a purpose. The purpose is always to fight.
So you said the Gerangel. Gerangel means
the Gerangel.
Gerangel means the battle.
The battle.
It's a Gerangel. It's a good.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's every day a battle, and this time the battle this time the battle is he ran away from Hashem, like an idiot. Right?
Why is it idiotic? Because you can't run away.
Come on, Moshe.
I feel like there might be some Elazar Ben Dordia vibes over here.
Yeah, what I mean?
You know Elazar Ben Dordia, the Gemara Vodazar?
He wore black and he escaped to another.
He kept trying to run away from Hashem, and it doesn't work.
And Yonah Hanavi?
Right. Also, it doesn't work. At the end of the day,
it's not gonna. You can't run away. You got. You got. Person can. Eventually, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around. You'll get another chance, hopefully.
Yeah.
So he ran away to the mountains. I don't know what he means. Barachti leharim. He ran away to the mountains. That's kind of hints at Lot running away to the mountains, separating himself from Abraham. I built around myself walls and towers and rooms within rooms.
Now, for the past couple years, since the first time I heard the song, there's something I always thought about over here.
Yeah, what is it?
It's the pasuk that's somewhere. We'll put it in the show notes. The pasuk says, I saw this from Reb Shalom Shadron brought down from Leib Chasman, who used to always say over the Medrash, on the pasuk, Hotzia mi maskir nafshi the hodos as shemecha. Tell him. Hotzia mi maskir kuf mem beis. I don't know.
Hotzia mi maskir nafshi.
Who sings that song? We gotta interview the guy.
That's Kelp Shalva. That's Moshe Goldman in his choir.
So Hotzia mi maskir nafshi. The pasuk says, take me out of the confinements of my soul. Take me out of the confinements of my soul. It means that I have confinements on my soul. I put walls around me. And then he brings a message over there. I'll say parenthetically that there was a guy who was holding a dove in his hands. And he says to his buddy Tuvia, there are people who say a dove can fly. It's crazy. Like I have a dove over here and it can't fly, and then the guy says to him, "You tipesh, open your hands, let it fly." That's the medrash on the pasuk over there. Open your hands, let it fly. That's the same idea that we have this masker nafshi. We put ourselves in this confinement, and that's what I think about when I hear these words over here.
Nafshi.
That boniti misvivi chomot migdalim. I put walls around me. Like I can do great things. I can come close to Hashem, but I think I'm not good enough. I put myself. That's not for me.
You're limiting self-limitation.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
That's an amazing word.
Yeah.
Masker nafshi. People think that. Masker nafshi, taking me out, taking me out of the prison, take my soul out of the prison. But you're saying masker nafshi means that I create I made my own prison for myself. It's like that, the elephant,
prison.
The elephant that the baby elephant that they tie up with a little rope, a little piece of dental floss, and it thinks when it grows up that it can't break the dental floss. Wow. Okay, so we build for ourselves, not just Yishai, but Yishai speaking, like I said, to everybody. We build for ourselves these limitations. We surround ourselves with defenses, anything in order to avoid the inevitable of it's just you, which is your eternity, which is your netzach, which is you and your creator.
Yeah.
Which is what we're building here in this world. We're building that relationship between you and the Boire Olam, which is all you have when you leave.
Yeah.
What you built here, right? And all kinds of defenses in order to avoid that. But what does he say? V'ha'amet. After all this, v'ha'amet. I'm embarrassed. Nichlam, bosh v'nichlam, two types of different shades of embarrassment.
Yeah.
Ein davar shemipanecha ne'elam.
Nothing is hidden from you.
Nothing is hidden from before you. Melech chai v'kayam. Melech chai v'kayam. King. The king of all kings, who is Chai v'Kayam, living and forever.
Oh wow! Are you ready for Shulchan Aruch?
Are you ready for the
Should we sing it?
The chorus?
Yeah.
I don't know which key you're gonna pick. Moshe picks a different key than me. He has a different.
Then Tuvia, the musician, picks the real key.
I don't know, but. ואני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך באמת ובתמים אחת ולתמיד בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי רצות לרצות באמת ובתמים אחת ולתמיד.
That's good. You want to do it again one more time?
Why?
Could we do drop lower for like Mikey? No, I feel like it was
It sounded good. It sounded good.
It sounded good. Okay.
Okay, so what do we want? Ani rotzeh. This is all we want.
Wow.
All we want is there's a lot of rotzeh, ratzon, ratzot. It's going on over here in this Mishnah. What I want is to do ritzoncha kirtzoncha as you want it. But you know what's Maram is too. This is a hint to.
I mean, Chazal.
A Mishnah in Pirkei Avos.
Ritzonenu.
Yeah. Oh no, there's that too. Ritzonenu la'asot ritzoncha, right?
Ritzonenu la'asot ritzoncha.
We want, but what's ma'akev the shorsh? So he's saying, okay, so there's this Gemara that Moshe is referring to because he knows the Gemaras, right?
No, it's because my Rebbe, Tzimar Zolberg, said this over not less than 50 times. I heard of him. Okay. Ritzonenu la'asot ritzoncha. I'm telling you.
We want to do your will.
But
there's another emes. That's for sure. That's for sure what Ishay is referring to. There's another emes in Pirkei Avos. It says, "Aseh ritzoncha kirtzono."
Who?
Kidei sheyaseh ritzonno kirtzoncha.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't get it backwards. May have gotten it backwards. But you make your will.
Yeah.
Make sure that Hashem's will is what you want to do, and then Hashem will do what you actually want.
Probably if it's good stuff.
The good stuff, right? Right, so he's saying he's taking both. Probably, I didn't think about it. I'm glad you added on this. And he's saying we want to do your ratzon, your will, as you want it, as you expect us to do it, as you want us to do it. We want it wholeheartedly, right? But that's the next part. Be'emet, truthfully, no lies, not covering up, no makeup. Uvetamim, what's tamim? Optimistic?
Bli shtikim, as bli shtikim, bli trikim.
That's what they say.
Yeah, bli shtikim, bli trikim.
No shtik. Tamim, like what's a tamim is like what's a ola tamim? What's a korban tamim? Pure, unblemished.
Unblemished, yeah.
No, nothing. Pure intent. Be'emet betamim. Achat Uletamid means
once and for all.
Once and for all. One time.
Yeah. Now we're done. Now we're just doing the right thing from now on. We're just.
But it doesn't work that way. It's like the challenge. It's shuv, rega zeh, right? But he wants it to be. That's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. That it's once. We could do it once, and we could always do it. But he wants.
Yeah.
We could still want that.
Yeah, definitely.
We want to get past that. We want to be at a place, where we can keep it going.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then bli masachim masachot, right? Without screens and without masks.
Right. That means
So very similar. Things that cover.
Me and you, yeah.
Mesech, the shorish being masach.
Mhm.
Masach is something that blocks, right? So whether it's a screen, the blocking, that's something. What would be doing Hashem's will with the screen? What is that?
I mean, I thought of something, whatever. I thought of the Wizard of Oz. I mean, Lahavdil.
You thought of what?
The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Like, no, like with Lahavdil. You can edit this out. I don't know. You can edit this out. But like.
Oh, we want access to.
We want access. Yeah.
We want access. There shouldn't be a block. There shouldn't be a.
Oh, for sure.
Mechitza.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Mechitza shel barzel. There shouldn't be a.
Yeah. There shouldn't be any sort of. Mechitza.
Without the store should be so.
Yeah.
Without right. And we want no blockage between us and Hashem.
Yeah,
that's what it means.
Upon him.
Very nice. And bli ratzot l'ratzot. Is that the right words here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
So we had a Ratza before.
Yeah. Ritzoncha ke'ritzoncha, bli ratzot l'ratzot. I think it means without wanting to please others.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing a lot of what we do. So much of what we do, especially when we're immature and we're starting out, and especially for about tshuva. I can speak from my own experience, right? That so much of what you're doing until you become comfortable in your own skin as a yid is l'ratzot. You want to please somebody. You want to you're part of this community, that community. You're doing it to please somebody else. You're not doing it purely be'emet u'b'tamim. He wants to do it without having to worry about what other people are thinking and pleasing other people.
You do you and the Eibishter.
Bli ratzot l'ratzot, be'emet u'b'tamim, achat uletamid.
Once and for all, once again.
I think we're okay. Now I think here. Let's talk about the next words. Shuv rega zeh. Ani, we're back to this moment. Ani libi ubasari, me, my heart and my flesh,
body, yeah.
right? Which we'll ask what that is. Ainli. We'll explain what that is. Ein li milim lehagil yoter gam lo charuzim.
Yeah. Chavuzim.
I have no words and I have no stanzas, no verses, right? So could be that Ishay is saying right now, he's hinting at his role as somebody that people look up to as an artist, and because he's talking about the words, he's talking about the verses, the stanzas. And he's saying that I've run out of words when it comes to just what it really boils down to, which is me and Hashem, right?
Yeah.
There's no words that can express that, and there's no verses that can express that, and it's just ani libi basari. Now I don't know libi and basari. I don't know if he means that there's the Yetzer Hara, because I was just actually learning today at Ben Ishchai at the end of brachos. Oh, I'm holding it, but I didn't mean to drop that. I'm holding by the end of brachos, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I just started it. With my wonderful chavrusa Baruch Rubin, who I hope will listen to this, he says the Chazal teach about I guess the Mefarshim speak about two types of Yetzer Hara. There's like an external and an internal. There's an external Yetzer Hara, which is a malach. Really, that's the malach's job is to challenge you, and the point is to overcome. Right. And to earn your reward in this world. But there's not the Yetzer Hara that's just the result of you being of you having a physical aspect. And your physicality drags you down. It has desires. Because you're physical, you need to eat. Right. Right? And everything else you need to do. Right? So, libi is my emotions, and basari, that's another, the fact that I'm flesh is that also takes me away from the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because I have physical needs that I have to fulfill that can take me out, they can take me down. They're dragging me down, and I'm supposed to uplift them, right? I'm not supposed to ignore them. I'm supposed to uplift them, right? And use them for the service of Hashem. But it's like saying, it's like saying ani. It's not the same thing as ani ata v'yitzri, but it's ani libi v'sari. I'm talking about different aspects of things that are. My emotions are also because of my physicality, right? Because I'm physical, I have emotions, and those can also bring me. They can bring me up and they can bring me down, right? So the things that are pulling me away. I have no more words. I have no more verses. Okay, now hine paratati Is that the right? Is that I'm
Yeah,
saying it right?
Pratiti
Atzmi befanecha lifrutot. I broke myself down before you into change.
Yeah.
Right? I broke myself down into the basic elements.
So this enough shtick, like broken down, like yeah.
That means like, what happened? How did he break himself down?
I think by being super honest about getting the challenges again, and then
Is he talking about I was broken in front of you?
I think it means like I spilled my heart. I think it's a way of saying I told you everything.
I analyzed myself.
I'm hiding nothing. I told you everything.
I know what's behind my motivations and actions, and I broke myself down to.
I had terutzim. I was lost. I ran. I told you everything, Papa. I nasni b'necha kamo idiot, and then now he's saying straight up. Pratit asmi b'necha leputot.
Broke myself down. Medaber gvoa gvoa. Aval ose me'at me'od, ose me'at me'od. He speaks very high things, but he does it very little. Again, Pirkei Avos, I say, right? Emor me'at v'aseh harbe. We learned from Avraham Avinu that you should say little and do a lot more than you promise little, but deliver a lot more, as opposed to Ephron, who promised a lot and delivered very little. So I think this is again why I think that Ishay is talking about his unique role as somebody that people look up to as an artist, singer. He's saying, I speak lofty things. I'm speaking about tshuva. I'm speaking about Torah. I'm speaking about sibot, like all these things that he sings about. And it's very high inyanim, like very, right?
Yeah.
Very holy stuff. But he feels inadequate to be speaking about those types of things because... what am I doing after all? What is my service? Like how valuable is my service to Hashem?
Right.
Of course it's very valuable. Everybody. We don't want to get anyone down, but he's Hashem knows exactly how valuable it is. How valuable is it? It's a drop in the sea. Yeah. Right? Shouldn't let anyone despair. But that's how he feels. Like I talk about great things according to what I'm speaking about, right? On the level of what I'm speaking about, and I feel like I'm doing insignificantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, v'chazarti l'suri. I went back to my shuv.
Tough ways.
I went back to my ways that are not the ways I want to go. Suri, to straying off.
Come on, after all that.
V'shagiti be'amri, and I made a mistake when I said sheshuv lo echtav v'ashuv lo echtav v'ashuv lo echtav v'ashuv. I said that I wouldn't, yeah,
and not do it again, and come back.
right. So here Ishay is referring to a Mishnah again. Lots of Torah woven throughout. He's referring to Yuma, somebody says echtav v'ashuv. That's right. Ein maspikim biyad la'asot tshuva. So the guy who says, "Oh, okay, tshuva is a way I can do bad things, and I'll come back and accept the tshuva." So that type of person, so his tshuva is not accepted. He doesn't have the opportunity to do tshuva because it's a fake. It's a fake out, right? It's a fake out. So he said, "I made a mistake." He thought that he could do it. He thought that lo echtav v'ashuv. I won't sin. And then the word sin, I hate that word. Sinner. It's got such a okay. Chet. I won't be chote. I won't sin and then do tshuva. But I made a mistake because I kept doing it. I kept falling in the same traps.
Simple.
Ve'echshehu zipakta biyadi shuv. It's a typo, but I fixed it over here. You didn't see. Okay, ve'echshehu, but somehow you provided me the means to do tshuva again. Right? I didn't think I would be able to after falling so many times, but somehow, and that's that lashon of the Mishnah again, right? Ein maspikim biyado. They don't give him a chance. Like Min Hashemayim, he doesn't. The guy who intentionally tries to cheat the system, so he's not given the chance to actually do sincere tshuva. But Ishay is saying, like, as if he's saying it was insincere, as if it wasn't, because I knew I was going to mess up again. But somehow, Hashem, you kept giving me chances over and over again.
Thank you, our dear friends. Thank you
so much.
For bringing this song over here, going deeper.
Thank you. It's beautiful, and it's such, who could not, like, when in our lives would this not be appropriate? It's so appropriate at all times. Hopefully,
yeah. Something I have to tell you, I have to give you a lot of car stuff. I feel that like, can you imagine this podcast was almost not out there to the world? like this is really one of a kind. I don't know if we're still rolling over here. This is one of a kind. Who is going deep in these songs and making them accessible to everyone else? I mean, even before we got into this, before I started delving into thinking, I was just trying to keep up with the pace and mumble the words,
I'm glad you said that because I'm glad you said that there was I think a series of 5 shiurim given by a Rav in Teaneck. I forgot his name at this time, but somebody pointed out to me when I announced on LinkedIn that we were doing this series. It was an Elul series where he took songs that had to do with Teshuvah. Maybe this one from Ishay. He did Alev Shali. He did that one. That one I listened to a little bit. He did a very good job. So I know that that's out there. But we're doing a little bit different because we have when it's not the 3 weeks, we have the guitar. I think I'm going to bring my trumpet. Hopefully we'll be Mashiach will be the next episode. Will right. We'll use that trumpet. That shofar. We'll make it jazzy, but no. This is really, I really think this is a valuable project, and I want to say again to the audience that we need your help. It's $180 cost to produce one episode. It's nothing.
Yeah,
the more we have,
New York City,
the more we're parking for 3 hours. Right? Yeah. The more we have, the more we'll put into advertising and spreading. But you can help spread it by sharing it, liking, subscribing. It's really a cult thing right now. And cult is a bad cult. We don't mean Lev Tahor. We mean it's a very small following right now. But
Lev Tahor. I think Lev Tahor.
No, that's not the Shviva. That's good stuff. Right? But we love it to spread. It's very low budget. Okay, we'll take corporate sponsorships. You want that? You want us to advertise your stuff? We can handle that.
Someone could do 360 or 540.
360. I'd say you want a sponsor for 360. We'll put 180 into the editing. We'll put 180 into advertising. It'll spread further.
No?
For sure. We started last year when we started this. We made it a non-profit. Thank you, Mickey Eiselman.
And until this day, we have not seen profit.
It's true. It's really. This has been Metu Batamim, a non-profit.
Hopefully not Ultamid.
No,
Achat Uletamid is going to be some money coming in.
Moshe, you're great. But we made it a non-profit. It's called the Rav Tuv. I'll give you the EIN if you want. You want to make a donation to Rav Tuv. You want to make a donation, right? Donation to Rav Tuv. You can do it ravtuvnetwork@gmail.com. Either Zelle, which is best because there's no fees, or PayPal. We'll make you a receipt. You'll get your tax deduction, and we'll create great content where we're going deeper. Not only we have the Shishim Ribo. If you're turning in for the first time, we have these analyses of Ishay's songs and music, but also the interviews. The interviews with the great musicians that we're finding. And by the way, the type of musicians that we're finding, we're looking for
Are we looking for mainstream, or are we looking for people beyond the mainstream?
We're beyond the mainstream. I know we have to work on our tagline and branding, but we're really about beyond the mainstream. Like the mainstream, you can find. Not that there's anything wrong with the mainstream. These are great people. It's not my taste. It's your taste, maybe. Not my taste in general, but the mainstream guys, you can find podcasts from lots of podcasts out there interviewing the mainstream famous guys. Right. We want to find the ones that you maybe don't know about. You don't know their stories, and they're making beautiful Jewish music. And we want to get their stories, hear the music, intersperse the clips of their amazing music with the podcast. And now we're going to play for you Achat Uletamid. It's the 3 weeks. So if you're hearing it right after we record it, so you know what to do. If you're hearing it afterwards, you can listen on full volume. Right, turn it up to 11, and. Heavy on the bass, and enjoy, and thank you guys. Thank you, everybody.
שוב הרגע הזה, אני אתה ויצרי, אין לי פנים להפנות יותר, גם לא תירוצים. גם לא תירוצים. והלכתי לאיבוד בתוך שוק הומי אדם, עמוק בתוך זאתו של ים, אבל אני יודע שלא תתייאש ממני לעולם. שונסתי מפניך כמו אידיוט, ברחתי להרים, בניתי מסביבי חומות מגדלים, חדרי חדרים, חדרי חדרים. באמת אני בוש ונכלם, דבר שמפניך נעלם, מלך חי וקיים, מלך חי וקיים. ואני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד, בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי לרצות לרצות, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד. שוב הרגע הזה, אני ליבי ובשרי, אין לי מילים להגיד יותר, גם לא חרוזים, גם לא חרוזים. הנה פרעתי את עצמי בפניך לי פרוטות, מדבר גבוהה גבוהה אבל עושה מעט מאוד, עושה מעט מאוד. וחזרתי לסורי ושגיתי באומרי, ששוב לא אכתב וישוב, לא אכתב וישוב, לא אכתב וישוב, ואיכשהו סיפקת בידי שוב. ואני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד, בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי לרצות לרצות, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד. ואני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד, בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי לרצות לרצות, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד. ואני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד, בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי לרצות לרצות, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד. אני רוצה לעשות רצונך כרצונך, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד, בלי מסכים, בלי מסכות, בלי לרצות לרצות, באמת ובתמים, אחת ולתמיד.